Welcome back to the podcast that we don't know what it quite will be yet, but it is starting here officially with episode 1, and we will learn as we go. My name is Hunter.
My name is Cody.
I'm sure you probably would like to know that, considering if you're going to stick around with us, we're going to talk about relevant things going on in our life and things that we are working on and trying to build as well. So with that elephant out of the room, you'll see two logos on the screen, depending on which one we have pulled up, but most likely you'll see my personal logo for my channel brand that I'm going to push here is Unreal Nexus. I do Unreal Engine tutorials over there, so that's kind of what I'm working on, relevant things like video games and game developer topics. All of that stuff I'll be going over there. It's kind of a work in progress. And now we'll let Cody talk more about his.
Oh dear. So yeah, the other logo would be Frost Flare Collective. That is the somewhat of a hybrid film production / content creation company that we're trying to pull up out of the dirt and create the foundation for right now, as a matter of fact. We are primarily going to focus, I feel like, on just short films or series at the moment, storytelling. Our first big flagship series that we're trying to work on right now, you can actually go over to my, well, depending on where you're watching this, I guess, because, you know, it's hard to tell what I'll post as far as shorts, but assuming you're watching this on the podcast channel, you can go to my channel, Frost Flare Collective, and see the trailer for our flagship series called Operators. Yeah, I mean, we just want to make some cool stories with the boys and see if we can make a career out of it, honestly. Check out Operators, check out Frost Flare Collective, check out Unreal Nexus, check out... It worked yesterday. Will it work today?
I honestly don't even think I mentioned that in the beginning. I'm not going to lie. I don't even think I told you the podcast name. We did at least come up with the name, which is it worked yesterday.
I think you mentioned it.
I don't know if I did. Mentioned it. But either way, it worked yesterday. It might not today, but it did. And that's just where we're at because we run into so many things daily. It's like, well, this is working great. And I mean, in general, this happens when you're working with computers. Shit just blows up for no reason, drivers, updates, anything. So it worked yesterday, but it might not tomorrow. We don't know. And that's kind of just building upon this iterative foundation that we're trying to build of like our products and services that we're providing. It's just part of the process.
Oh, yeah, I forgot to mention while I was, selfishly self-promoting or whatever. We are working on a Kickstarter. I'm kind of currently putting the finishing touches on that. I'm hoping to, I don't necessarily have a direct date set in stone, but I'm hoping sometime around tax season and everything, February through April-ish, to have that ready to go so we can get some funding. Assuming everyone likes what they see in the trailer that we've released and everything leading up to that and after. Plenty of stuff ready to go to cook. What am I saying? We got stuff.
It's ready to cook. We want you to see stuff.
It's ready to cook. But we're trying to start a Kickstarter campaign to build some funding to really take everything to the next level as far as the filming aspect of things. We learned a lot about what to do and what not to do during the filming process of the trailer, and I feel like, I mean, you can attest to that, Hunter. You were there.
Yeah.
So at the very least, we know what not to do next time, and with that in mind, I mean, I feel like we can do some pretty crazy and cool stuff overall. Just gotta have the foundation started to be able to get that next step underway and get somewhere with it. And that's kind of what the Kickstarter is about, really. I even specify in it that like it's not to replace what I've already invested, the over $4,000 that I've invested into the project at this point. It's just to help further us and get it to the next level and create the foundation for both the series and for Frost Flare Collective as a whole. And ultimately, in the future, I think it'd be sick to like I've talked to you about this, I don't know how many times at this point, to like the community creation center. Like, we don't have anything like that. The foundation for the artsy crafty, like techie type people that just want to do something with their life that don't really have anywhere to get started outside of, well, post Into the Void and hope for the best. Like, we could hopefully down the line become that center of like, we'll help you get started and then be your essentially what's the word for it? I can't think of it. Like an incubator for talent, essentially.
Yeah.
Like we'll get you your start, and once you get your wings, then be free or whatever, you know. I think that'd be sick. But it's just a matter of taking that first step, being able to afford to take that first step to get anywhere with it.
Yeah. So let's talk about a little bit more about Operators in specific, since that's your first official big film project going on for your new Frostflare Collective.
Yeah.
So we mentioned it earlier about some things that we learned that we didn't originally know when we went out. And just to clarify, mainly I handled the video filming process, and then we both kind of collaborated 100%. On the editing. And Cody kind of did like all the outfit designs. And what else? What was some of the other things that you was working on as well?
So you were definitely, what did we credit you as? You're the producer, I believe, and obviously you did all the filming, like you said, and the bulk of the editing and stuff was, I mean, you did that. I stepped back in towards the end to try to divide up the workload a little bit so we could get through it just a bit faster. But most of the editing and filming, that was you. So I mean, credit where credit is due and whatnot. I took care of, I wish I could just pull the end credits up for the trailer. It'd be so much easier to just read it off of there. But I was kind of director. Well, all right. So first of all, I created the project. I wrote the project. I financed the project. I directed the project. I was in charge of props, costumes, actor, what is it, choreography, I guess, for lack of a better term.
For sure.
What else? There was a lot of hats being worn by you and I those couple days.
There was. I think that was one of the first big lessons that you definitely learned pretty quick.
Oh yeah.
Is like filming day came, and then we had all these actors. I brought some gear that we would have needed. You brought all the outfits and everything, so everybody had to get dressed and get ready. And even just the getting dressed process was insane.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I had to dress not only myself. I actually ended up getting dressed last because I was like, I know where everybody's stuff goes. Like, let me just dress the boys first, and then I'll get dressed last. It's going to take me the least amount of time. So I went around, helped them get dressed. Luckily, a couple of the actors were familiar with the more tactical environment. Not that any of us at that time had been enlisted. However, one of the new actors, because we had to do a recast for one of the characters, does have National Guard experience. I'm not sure how much I should say on that, or how much is classified versus open, but that's all I'm going to say on that aspect of things. So that's kind of cool to have someone with, experience past Call of Duty, Battlefield, Halo, Gears of War, actual real life training and stuff is kind of cool. So hopefully we can get some extra sense of direction with stuff with his experience and presence being around there. But not to get too far off topic, as I went on a whole tangent there. But the costumes I had to dress, I think there's 8 characters, but there were only 6 of us there because myself and Malik, one of the other actors, we both play 2 characters. So I had to dress 5 other dudes and then myself, and then one of the guys happens to have a little bit of, I think he was selling like an Iron Man mask or something that he made.
Oh yeah.
At one point, and which, more power to you, get your money. That's cool. That's awesome, actually, that, you made something that someone wanted to buy. But we lost a little bit of time there, but it's all good. We learned some things about, we learned a lot about a lot. I don't really know exactly how to go into detail on what we learned on that aspect of things, but we know we learned more.
Well, the first thing is obviously time management. Because it took so long for people to get dressed. And mainly, the main bottleneck is that you was having to instruct everybody exactly what they need to do. And when you're having to tell 6 different people, like, what was it, 5 or 6? I don't even remember.
There's
Several
5 plus me, so
several people was having to coordinate and get dressed. Maybe we could had better prepared them to know how they like what they need.
yeah, I mean,
Plus, obviously, the elephant in the room there is that you can't do everything on filming day. Like, you need to be in
no,
your
yeah, for
role,
sure.
focusing where you're like most important, and then we need a few
Yeah.
extra people to keep other things moving along. Because that was just, it was really stressful, honestly, just to try to get, like, you know, like, you gotta imagine from my perspective. Hopefully, my microphone is not peaking. It might be, but anyways,
We'll pretend it's not.
we'll find out. But anyways, you imagine, like, there wasn't much for me to do because I didn't know anything about the outfits at the time. So,
Right.
I'm like, I just made sure I had my camera gear ready, and then there was definitely at least maybe 2 hours minimum
Oh,
of
for sure,
of
yeah.
just waiting because they're like, now I will say we did pretty good with going and checking out the scene before we actually shot.
Yeah.
We kind of storyboarded roughly with pictures and rough sketches of things. And that really just put it into perspective of what we really needed to do that day. So that already gave us, once we finally got to filming, we kind of knew where we were trying to go with it.
Yeah, for the most part. I mean, a few things we did have to change due to like overgrowth of vegetation, for lack
Yeah.
of a better term. Like when we went out there originally to do the storyboarding, like it was in a field, and I should have known it's farmland. Grass is gonna grow up. It is what it is. But when we went back to actually film, enough time had passed that the grass was like waist height almost out
True,
there,
yeah.
just about. And I wasn't gonna have anybody, jumping through ticks or anything like
Mhm.
that, because the last thing we need is for somebody to come down with any kind of illness from a small project or
Yeah.
anything. Like safety first for sure. So yeah, we had to make some minor changes as far as that goes, but I feel like it still turned out fairly decent.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, no, I think that was
I'm not
super
sure if
huge
it-
for us, though. Like, if we wouldn't have done
Yeah.
that initial shot list, we would have been really confused as far as filming.
Oh yeah, it would have taken like twice as much time because I had like the script and like basic movements and everything written on my phone, but
Mhm.
like as far as breaking down each shot, there was still a lot left to up in the air and
Yeah.
to open for interpretation, I guess, for lack of a better term. But yeah, we definitely we got through that day, and then we had to come back and shoot another day for
We did.
all the bad guy shots,
hmm
which was interesting.
Yeah, so just to explain a little bit about that, like, we didn't have enough actors on set to fully have a team of enemies while having our main team. So we actually had to film twice, which was on 2 separate days, which wasn't a big deal by any means. But it's just the way we had to do it with the resources that we had.
Yeah, it was a little. I mean, it'd be a lot easier.
It would.
In some ways, not in all
Yeah.
ways, but in some ways it would be easier because we'd have everybody there, but then there's just more moving parts for you to have to direct and make
Yeah.
sure that everybody like, oh hey, you die at this point in time. Make sure that you're
Mhm.
falling down. All the timing's got to be good. Everything's got to keep rolling
Yeah.
and keep moving in a way that feels like progress and not like, "Ugh, well, all the parts are there.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
does
Yeah.
it look good? I don't know.
Yep.
But-
But yeah, I'd say that was a big part. The outfit changes. Well, let's also, we totally forgot. We had to change outfits. I don't know how many times, but that was
Oh my God.
that was a nightmare because
When was that?
why
Wait,
why
for
why was
all
we
of it
doing
or
that?
just
Was we
the-
like, I forget why.
For the bad guys?
Yeah, like, because we shot 2 different
So-
days for bad guys, but we still needed to change.
Nah, we only shot one day for bad guys. We shot 2 different days. One day was the second team, I believe, because the one day we only had the main team
Mm.
because we got up to the garage and then we filmed the team 1, that whole scene, or their
Oh.
whole thing. Then we came back and did team 2
Yeah, yeah.
and the bad guys on the second day. So, I mean, we filmed all the good guy scenes and got that out of the way first. And occasionally we had to, because we had no bad guys and the way the shots were set up, we had extra people at the time that were just kind of standing around
Mhm.
watching. So we were sort of kind of able to like pop them in here and there as like a 1 or 2 team or 2-person duo or whatever as the bad guys and frame the shots a little bit differently there to try to blend it in, like with the scene
Mhm.
with Zach and Jake
Mhm.
and everything where he's like coming up behind him and Zach's out in the distance in the trailer. But so that's one reason why everybody had to keep switching back and forth of the on the costumes for the bad guys, because Zach was wearing his sniper gear, then he had to be the bad guy, like number 1 or whatever. Then he had to switch back to his sniper gear. Then the way we were filming, I want to say Jake had to switch to a bad guy. And then we finally like knocked out all of their main shots where everybody was good guys. And from there, we just went back and did all of the remaining bad guy scenes as groups and just like swapped gear between the 4 of us to try to look like a different person, at least slightly here. I feel like it worked well enough.
Yes.
None of us were wearing like the same exact set of clothes per 2 different characters, luckily.
It was just another time stacker, for sure.
Yeah. Plus, I was so limited on gear that, like, oh man, I'd like to have a bit extra.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, not like extra, but like just enough to where if like, hey, I need you to be this character, this extra character, and this extra character. You don't have to be like, all right, well, let me roll my right sleeve up and like twist my this and that way. You can just like, all right, drop this costume, pick that costume up.
Yeah.
Ready to roll. It'd be a lot easier.
Yeah. I don't know if we forgot anything or not as far as complications, but definitely you just juggling too many jobs had like,
it actually affected my, it actually affected my acting. I feel like, cause like I was in director mode and costume prop mode for so long that when we finally got up to do the acting part, I was like, oh shit, I go first. Oh man, like I'm not ready for this at all. I'm still in like robot barking orders mode for, not actually barking orders, but director mode essentially. And then I had to get an actor mode. So it took me like just for that first shot where I like fall back and I'm like, shit, they got an MG.
Yeah.
If we could go back and do any scene just to have a reshoot day, I would love to just redo that shot just to give it more energy behind the dialogue.
Yeah.
But I was already so like scatterbrained and everything else from just getting to that point that I was like, I got him. There's a minigun. Yeah, take it out.
Yeah, so that was some of the physical issues that we had. Not to mention like some of the. Didn't we have a few prop issues potentially as well?
I forgot one of the props like entirely back in my house, and I had to run back and grab it. It was one of the main, like the sniper rifle.
I mean, this was a massive day. Like this was an official. Everything came to a head, and it was happening. So there was just so much happening that day that we could have never expected what it was like. Everything.
And I still actually, even after I went back and got the stuff that I forgot, I still forgot stuff because there was so much stuff, and I didn't have it exactly like compartmentalized the way it needed to be.
Yeah.
Due to like, I don't remember if I was like just having a little bit of fun beforehand, and then I was like, oh shit, that's tomorrow, and just slapped it all in there as good as I could, or something else came up. But I think I forgot the other 2 walkies after that, so we had to like, I mean, it wasn't really necessary. We didn't need them after certain scenes, but it'd be better to have them because the comms actually work and everything. And I think that'd be just cool to hear, it add to the fun element of the film day.
Yeah.
Just be like, ha ha ha. But also, legal things, technically you're supposed to have licensing for operating walkie-talkies. Have to look into that. Not sure why I just blocked my face. I forgot my camera's beside me. But I'll have to look into that further. I don't think it's all that like expensive or anything to get, and it'd be cool to have just to cover the bases, make sure we're not getting in any kind of legal issues or anything like that.
Yeah, I don't really know anything about that. I've never heard of that.
Something to do with like a broadcasting license or like a radio.
Oh, to like actually send out your own signal, or like
just to like to use the walkies back and forth on like the open signals that are out there. That's allegedly frowned upon. Like they're not gonna come busting your door down because you used a walkie-talkie or anything, but like it's kind of frowned upon from what I've heard about like just using walkies. I don't know why you can buy them at Walmart, but like
that's what I don't know.
You have to have a license for like
I have to look it up.
That. Yeah, I looked a little bit into it, but I'm not sure if it's like urgent. So
there was beyond the physical complications. The mentally draining, the just stress of the day was monumentous.
Dude,
But somehow we grinded and we locked the fuck in. But
we pulled through.
anyways, we also had some technical complications. Not that many. I mean,
No,
in general,
surprising.
we filmed enough videos on just in general to understand like what was happening. But
Yeah.
there was some things that we had never done before, which was the CGI, the like camera tracked CGI. That we had
Yeah, we
never
ran into
actually
an issue
attempted. So basically, what happened? The shutter speed was set to like a normal shutter speed that you would use for filming cinematic videos. And that causes a little bit of motion blur in the frame. Like every frame you skip, there's a little bit of motion blur when there's a lot of movement.
Yeah, it was too
And-
low, wasn't it?
Yeah.
The
So
shutter
it,
speed?
it was too slow, too low of a number. So we should have cranked it up to a higher number to get perfectly clean frames, because that allows the camera tracking software to really work a lot easier. Because if it's just a blurry mess, you can't really track anything
There's
very
nothing
well.
to track.
Yeah.
I mean, it'll track a blob, but like
Yeah.
you're not gonna get nearly as accurate of a track as if you could track an individual pixel or even a group
Yeah.
of pixels.
And well, on top of that, we hurt ourselves
Or the
even
tracking
more
markers.
because we could have literally put tracking markers in the scene.
Yep.
Literally right where we needed them. So we wouldn't have had to like guess and pre-calculate this nonsense. It was a nightmare. Somehow we did it. Honestly, I'm pretty impressed with what we was able to do. Honestly, I don't think like we didn't do any big crazy CGI, but just the props that we added in, I think they look like they're there. Like
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we didn't do anything. I was trying to think back. It's been a minute since I've watched it.
yeah. No, we
Uh,
didn't do any complex like super crazy movement or animations. But we did basically just take 3D assets and drop them in as props. With the camera, while the camera was moving. I mean, that's a big complication. And we made it work, even though we did not follow the basic rules of putting tracker markers or shutter speed. So,
Yeah, that's something that that is missing from the old test footage that we have when I got the first set of the gear from Temu, whatever
Mhm.
you want to call it. The free set that we got that was like $210 worth of stuff that we won.
mhm.
And we made that little video with it that I like to refer to as the extraction, because it's kind of like the Call of Duty Warzone or whatever, where you drop in, find your loadie, kill the peoples, and then extract on a helicopter. There's no helicopter in that video. There's no loadout drop in that video. But those two elements are the only things that are missing for that to be like, we could post that and just have another like
Mhm.
short video. I'm not sure if we would run into the same problem with that as we did with the trailer, because we had even less knowledge back then.
Mhm.
Like we were still doing weddings and stuff then, but I think that was a year and a half prior to the last set of filming that we did. So that was the first thing that we had filmed since TAC Insurgency 2, I think.
Yeah. Now, obviously, I know what you're talking about, but as for the viewers, go ahead and explain. This is like the origin of maybe how we got here,
Yeah, kind
and
of.
this is
It in
many,
a
many
way.
years.
I don't even remember. When was it, like 2019 or before that, maybe at this point?
I don't even
We
know.
made-
I'm just gonna make up a number and say it was easily 6-7 years ago.
Oh, I hate you. 6-7 years ago.
Hey, I didn't say it like that though. You're the one that brought it
No,
up.
but I didn't. If I didn't, the internet would have. So it's fine. We might as well beat him to the punch for once. Anyway, yeah, somewhere around that time. It was before. It was pre-COVID for sure. So we made a little test. What, I don't even remember. Were we just bored and we were like, dude, I want to film something.
Man,
or-
back then, personally for me, I mean, I was just really interested in making something cinematic.
Yeah, that's fair.
And it just looked cool, and I was like, dude, we could do this. We could make like movies. And looking
Yeah.
back at it now, like I wasn't there yet, but I was trying.
We
You
could
know what I
make
mean? Like I
movies,
had an
man.
interest in it.
We could make movies.
Yeah.
Man, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But no, I'm assuming that was probably just what it was, and I was working on that costume that took me 5 years to finish. Oh my god. Don't ever
now,
work too hard on something too fast, kids. You'll burn out, and it'll take even longer to get it done than if you just pace yourself. Take breaks; they're important.
it's true.
But yeah, I had like the mask and everything, and just like some painter's tape. It was literally my phone on my forearm with painter's tape. I think one of your dad's hunting rifles.
Hmm.
A blanket on my shoulder,
A blanket.
and a foam mask that I was making with like a piece of painter's tape over the hole because I hadn't done the tubing for it yet. But that, and we made it. It's 45 seconds, a minute, maybe 2 minutes max, long video, and pretty much middle of the night of me infiltrating your basement to plant a bomb and get out of there. And the bomb had too short of a fuse, so Unit 89 gets kind of blown away in a way, but it ends on the explosion because I thought that was a cool way to end it. So it just like blows up straight to black, and then roll credits, which are half a second long because it's like 2 names repeated. It's just me and you. And then we made the second one. Then the next day, like we went to bed at like 5 a.m. and then got up at like 9 or 10 a.m. I think, and just went straight back to filming.
Yeah, that was insane.
Or did we do that? Or
dude, we didn't even go to sleep.
Yeah,
I don't
it
even
was
think we
the-
went to sleep. I'm gonna be
no,
honest.
I don't remember because at one of them, it was either the first one or the second one. We literally didn't go to sleep. We stayed up all night working on it, and then I think it was the first one, and then we just went and filmed the second one, and then we started editing it. And we were so dead tired that like stuff wasn't working out. It was like worse than the first one, and we were just like, "Nah, I'm going to bed." But
Well, we were trying to.
I don't know whatever happened.
Let's start with the first Tactical Insurgents, like that first video that we ever initially did. Basically, you had that. What was you calling it? Like a tac pad.
The TACCOM or something like
Yeah,
that. I don't know.
Anyways, it's literally just your phone strapped into that piece of foam, and I mean, hey, it worked. For the
That
time
wasn't
being.
even strapped to a piece of foam, dude. It was just
Was it
my
not?
phone taped to my forearm.
Oh, yeah, it was
No,
like
it's
blue
not- there's
painter's
nothing.
tape.
Yeah, it's just blue painter's tape.
But anyways, I remember we did. Was that in the first one where we did a shitty little animation, or is that's number 2 though? Right, number 2 is where we did the keyframe animation. I think the first one, all you did
so, but I
was
don't remember what
it just lit up. I think maybe. I don't even remember.
For the screen or whatever.
Wait, Tac Insurgents 1. I don't even think we used it as a. No, you pretended to type on it, and all we did was add sound effects.
Yeah, I just had to match like my fingers tapping my screen up to a mic in a certain pattern.
Yeah,
That was the only thing we did there.
that was interesting
Like,
though.
we
Yeah,
made custom
you had
sound effects.
you had your phone out, and you're literally just
Yeah,
you're
Just
watching the
tap.
video, just trying to match it back up to the audio.
yeah.
So that was pretty interesting. But yeah, you basically just disarmed the bomb. Well, you infiltrated the house, disarmed the
Armed
bomb.
the bomb.
Oh, you armed
No,
the
I
bomb.
armed it.
You armed the bomb, and then you extracted it and it blew up. That was literally the whole video.
Yeah.
Um,
And during the raw footage, I don't know if I doubt you still have it at this point, but it had just rained not too long before that. So when I'm sprinting away on that last shot in the first film, I tried to stop because I knew like 3 feet past that is just a straight drop down to the woods from the edge of your driveway at the time before it was expanded. So I tried to stop, but I slipped in mud and just fully ate shit.
did you
that day.
really?
It
I don't
was-
remember that.
Yeah, dude,
That's-
I've fallen every single time we filmed together. I
Every
bust
time we
my
run out of that
ass.
door, apparently.
Yeah, every single time. I can't get out that door without falling down.
Oh,
But yeah, that one I fell, and then we went on to the second one, which we added like I guess the keyframed animations and
Yeah.
stuff, and we
so
added,
the second one we started. It's like after the bomb had went off. You're laying out in the
the next
woods.
day.
Your ears are ringing. Somebody's trying to get a hold of you through the comms, and then you gradually
trying to
get
a
up.
hold of Unit 89.
And then you look through. How did you look? I remember you had like. Did you have binoculars or a scope?
We made
don't
a
remember.
custom. You made a custom thing that had like the bottom half of the mask like shadowed, like as if you were
Yeah.
wearing it. It was just like shadowed here and with like a yellow tint.
Oh yeah, because you had goggles
Over it.
on or something, basically.
Yeah, because I was wearing the goggles, and it was
So-
just like a first-person
Yeah.
POV basically of your house fake exploded.
Yeah. So we spent way too much time on that. I
my
was
God.
using
It'd be so
fucking
much easier now.
Film
Oh my
Mora
gosh.
of all video editors back in the day. definitely not into it anymore. But
No.
we tried to like fully CGI fire and explosion and smoke all within Filmora, which was a nightmare even on a decent PC at the
awful.
time. It just wasn't made to stack like 30 layers of effects in there.
No.
But basically, we did it somehow, and it looked pretty terrible. It did look pretty terrible. But the fact this was the first time I had ever actually done that. So I was like impressed that we even pulled it off. Because we made it look like a hole was blown in the wall, and there was even a staircase inside that is where the actual stairs was. So it's kind of crazy. But then just fire and smoke coming up out of the windows, etc.
All I remember is from that one something to do with Unit 89 said something like, next time, give that bomb a longer fuse or something, like some kind of like the fuse was too short. Like what the fuck? Like I don't even remember, but yeah, it was something along those lines. It was like a little cheap one-liner. That was his whole thing, his gimmick or whatever. He was just like, I'm a badass Australian operator.
Yeah.
Right. And that was it. But
and then your character continued up into the woods again for whatever reason. We don't know where he's just going. He's just going somewhere.
For more intel or something. I think.
Yeah,
I don't remember.
Maybe
really. There was like a tracker or a beacon or something going on.
So he runs to the beacon that is down this dirt trail, and then that's where the CGI trackpad comes in. And by CGI, I mean it was keyframe animation, just with PNGs, which it looked awful. It rightfully looked awful. And
I'm trying to remember, what did you track or add with the CGI? I don't even remember that part.
It could have just been a loading bar, like a percentage, like he was hacking something. I want to say.
Oh. Yeah, on the little wrist tack thing or whatever.
It was something really simple. It just said like hacked or unlocked or something. I don't know. It was ass, straight ass.
And then I think that's when we started experimenting with like the CGI and VFX, and we were like, this is out of our ability to do anything with. And then like that's where it died. And I don't even know, like, do you know where that footage is? Because
which one?
I don't think we ever finished the video. The second one. I have the first one.
Like the exported video?
Did we ever export it?
Yeah. I think I have it.
Finished Tac Insurgency 2? What?
Yeah, I think I have it. You don't have it? You don't have it?
No, I don't. I have the first one, but not the second one. You got to send that to me.
Yeah, I'll have to check it out. Oh god, my PC's blowing up.
Yeah.
Let's not do that right now. I'm just not gonna look right now.
We got 17 more minutes. You can make it. No.
Yeah, we filmed that, and then the next thing we went on to, I mean, maybe we did miscellaneous things from there to there. I don't remember, but those were the main like tactical things that we did.
Yeah, it was just those two, and then I think
this is kind of funny. Now this is where like you and me collaborated on this stuff, but honestly, now that I think about it, there was a time me and Kinston used to film videos. So maybe that's where this all theoretically started.
Yeah.
Because I feel like we used to put like masks and like helmets on and act like we were some kind of crisis prophet superhero and just fight each other in videos.
One of those music videos that you made, I think.
Yeah.
You had Kinston and I do that, and he put on a mask. Exactly a mask. It was like crisis-style mask.
Yeah.
And, like, we fought in slow motion and everything.
Yep. So, yeah, I made some kind of music video for this old shit-ass song that I came up with, just a guitar instrumental. And but we filmed a video for that, and I think it was literally the same outfit as Unit 89 almost, if not exactly.
Just about, yeah. It was very close.
So I guess he was in the lore. I don't know.
That's what he's got to be, man.
But Kinston was like some kind of serial killer with a gun and a mask.
Yeah, with like a camouflage, like ballistic mask looking.
Yeah, that's what it was, like a paintball mask or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then you did like this epic fight in slow mo, and it actually is pretty brutal towards the end where he's like beating you on the ground. That was a pretty good camera shot. I like that one. Maybe we could reuse that somewhere.
Yeah, we gotta reuse it. I don't know what I was gonna say there. We gotta do something. Something needs done at some point.
But yeah, so I mean, just to recap, I mean, this video thing has been going on for a long time. It's just slowly built. I mean, years and years and years.
I mean, even further back than that, not to cut you off, like I've been doing the whole episode, but you're used to it. It's like the Mr. Banana Master videos. Like I specifically remember being approached by Brett in 5th grade, dude. Like, and he had that little, I don't remember, that orange camera that he used to have. It was like some sort of pocket camcorder thing. As far back as MySpace, like with the alien invasion videos, I was in one of those. So like it stemmed, and then it just grew slowly but surely to the point where now we're all kind of like, hey, you know what? Instead of trying to do this stuff alone, why don't we just come together and make some cool stuff? And then like, you know, whoever comes up with the way I'm seeing it, like if you have an idea, present it to the group. We'll make it happen.
Yeah.
Like if it's cool, as long as the whole group is cool with it and we all vibe with it and it seems like a good idea, let's get it. Like, hell yeah.
I agree.
But yeah, I mean, but I digress. I feel like we've talked about film for the majority of this. Do you have anything further to say on the Unreal Nexus?
You gotta remember that we actually didn't really start until like 10 minutes in, but like an official start. We were just kind of
recording for. That's fair. Yeah, I was gonna say I've been recording for 46 minutes. So I don't know.
That's what mine says too. But like I said, it was rolling for a while before I actually like said, "Welcome back to the podcast."
That's
Anyways,
because I mean
let's stay on subject for this episode. Since we're already so deep, we need to. I mean, all we gotta do is work towards wrapping up like where we're at now and all that stuff. So I mean, we talked about the past and how we got here. This is where Frost Flare Collective has come from, and we're currently working on this big project together. Again, like he said, Kickstarter in progress, working to get that put out, hopefully sometime in the near future. More information will be available about that, obviously, whenever it is available. And I'm trying to think, what kind of information did we miss out on? Because this whole episode's mostly been about the film project. So, I mean, did we miss anything?
I mean, all of the social media handles, if you want to follow, are Frost Flare Collective. You know, no caps, no spaces, no dots, anything like that. Underscores, just at Frost Flare Collective across the board. We've got Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Discord, and I think that's it right now. Let me think. I'm planning on coming out to your house very soon so we can work on the character loadout video. So look forward to that, I suppose, in the near future.
Yeah, I mean, you're in the progress of coming up with new content to post so that you can keep everybody engaged. Just keep posting all kinds of good stuff. What was you gonna say?
I was just gonna start rambling. Like there might be a prologue before that. There might be this. There might be that. I don't 100% know. Keep your eyes peeled for future content as far as the film goes, and at
any point, if you have any suggestions, just drop some ideas.
For sure.
Because I mean, I'm sure you're very open to community feedback and like what people actually want to see.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, without the community, none of this can get off the ground anyway. And if we're not doing anything to give back to the community that helps us get off the ground, like, what are you doing? Like, stop it.
Another thing we didn't really touch base on was like during the editing process, we spent, there was a fucking diabolical amount of editing just for that trailer.
Oh man.
I mean, we ended up with, I think, almost 6 different versions, maybe more, of like fully exported different versions before we revised it into what it is.
Let me find out.
See, now he's digging through his PC, and if his shit freezes, we're done.
Nah, it shouldn't freeze. I'm just digging through the files. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different versions technically, from rough cut to final.
How many?
We have 8. We have rough cut, TAC 2.2, TAC 2.2 test 2, TAC 2.3, TAC 2.4, TAC 2.5, TAC 3.0, and the final Operator Soul, We Are Soul Team official trailer.
I want to say the biggest gap was between 5 and 3.0.
Probably, yeah.
I know when we dropped at 3.0, that was like we thought it was done, or it was it was very close. Like all of a sudden, the polish was there. It was probably once we did all the sound, and then we was like, this is it.
Yeah. And it was good, and then we were like, well, if we add a few things, and then that turned back into like, oh shit, we have a lot of work ahead of us still. We did not even realize it. And then we slowly made our way back to the finish line, and
no, really though, guys, we literally dove into every possible aspect as far as what you can do in the edit. I'm not going to say we're like the masters of editing. I'm just saying that we literally looked at every possible aspect. We did the color, we did the sound, we did the rough cut of just getting everything where it needed to be. We probably went back in and actually EQ'd all the audio and all that stuff too once we even had it added in.
We did.
We added all the little effects and transitions just for the extra polish. And then, of course, we did the fully CGI rendered scenes, which we had to do in Blender, I believe. We used Blender to actually render the scenes and then export them into DaVinci. And that was above our pay grade at the time. Like, we had literally never done that, but we fully locked in and did the research, and we got the results we was looking for. It just took... There was constant crashes, I remember.
All of that just for it to still have a copyright claim to this day.
True. I mean, I posted it. So,
yeah. I got that song. There's a copyright claim on the trailer. I don't know if anybody will see this who matters at YouTube or anywhere. There's a copyright claim on that video from a song that we got from
Pixabay.
What was the website? Pixabay. I have the license for the song. I have the license from the user, like the EULA from Pixabay that says like everything on here is free to use. Like that's their whole thing. How you copyrighting my stuff? Like it's the first video I posted. This is not how we want to start off this career at all.
Yeah.
Not to get all ranty or anything, but like there were 4 initially.
Yeah.
I was able to can't even think of the word now. What's the word? Not appeal, but what you can do before appealing. Dispute. The other 3, they went away, but there's one that is used at the very beginning. It's the literally the first song that plays when the drone shot's going over and everything. I don't remember what it's called, but it's claimed under a different name. The copyright claim is under a different name even than the song is titled on Pixabay, which is weird. Like, I'm kind of new to the whole like people stealing my shit stuff, but like some of that don't add up.
It's pretty sus.
To me,
I don't know.
It's a little strange. So like, I don't know if anybody can do anything about that. I don't know if anybody who matters will even see this, but please help.
Yeah, I mean, the only other option is that we go back in and we change the song and then re-upload it, which...
Or I try to appeal the process and risk getting a copyright strike off of the very first video I ever uploaded to YouTube.
Yeah.
Not a great way to start.
I mean, didn't you message the guy that made the song?
Dude, yeah, I've sent like 3 or 4 emails to like 4 different email like places or whatever. The only one that even responded said that they removed the claim, and then it was still on there, and I waited, like a week straight, and then I emailed them back and was like, hey, is there anything going on your end? Like, I still have a claim on my end. And they were like, no, it's all good on our end. But I literally just checked. That was like a month plus ago, maybe. And I just checked yesterday, and that copyright claim is still on there. The other 3 emails that I tried to contact, they weren't even reachable. Like, I got an error that popped up that said that like it wasn't available to email that place or whatever the hell it is. I can't even remember verbatim what it said, but more or less it was nah. So I'm not real sure what to do besides trying to appeal it, and I'd rather not risk a copyright strike.
Yeah.
Like immediately, even though I know I have the license for all of it. Like I have all of the stuff. It's in a folder and everything, but I don't know. It seems a little sketch.
Yeah. What should we move into now? We was talking about the editing, right? So, yeah. I mean, we basically did everything we possibly could to the edit. Whether or not you know much about editing when you're watching this or listening to it, it was very difficult, and it probably took us I'd say 3.5 months. I mean, there
Yeah.
might have been nights that we
Well,
like grinded like continuously for 12 hours, but like I'm just gonna
I
stretch it out
think
and just say there's 3 months of editing and work there.
I think what happened was it took us a while at first, and then we took a break from it because
Hmm.
we hit a wall and we were like, dude, I don't know what the fuck to do. Like,
The CGI was brutal.
there's nothing. Yeah, they're like we genuinely couldn't get past it, so we took a break, started catching up on like wedding video edits or some other like work or whatever,
Hmm.
and then we came back to it eventually, and then I think until the point where we literally had to do that again because we were so behind on wedding video edits
Hmm.
that because it got so busy that time of year or whatever. Like, I'm not trying to say that like we were doing nothing and then we got behind. You were busting ass on those edits all like nonstop. Every time I talked to you, you were editing something. So you just got super busy. So we had to put the project on hiatus because these bills got to be paid, man. I get
Hmm.
that. And so we worked on it for like 3 weeks straight. I'm all over the place, my bad. And then put it on hiatus for a while. And then we finally came back. And I think we did like, what did we have to do that night? There was like 2 things left to do that just sat there for 3 months or something.
Oh,
Like, I think we
I
had
think we
the
just had to
very
tweak
last things that we did.
the sound effect just like a little
Yeah,
bit because it was either too loud or too quiet.
but I'm pretty sure when we were like balls to the wall, I keep using the worst terminology, but with I don't even know what that
Uh,
that's gonna bother me. But comparisons or whatever. Voice crack, lovely.
balls.
Thanks, internet. Yeah, balls. Uh, but no, we just went like full fledged like nonstop for I want to say it was on I think it was only like 3 to 4 weeks when we were hitting it hard for that during the portion of it.
Hitting it hard,
It
balls to the
felt
wall.
like a lot longer, hitting balls on our walls and beating our head against the wall the whole time. We might as well have been smacking our balls against the wall. I mean, it was painful after a while. I several nights, well, or several next mornings, I should say, I went to bed with a headache actually, just from like so much information
Yeah.
intake and so much trial and error for literally, like you said, 12, 14 plus hours at a time, and just
All for
eventually
like, guys,
got
remember, this
there.
is like for like 6 seconds of footage.
Yeah,
Probably. That's my guess.
literally, like segments of 6 seconds or whatever at a time. It
Yeah.
took us that long, but then it did start speeding up once we finally got the hang of like the basics of it, and
Yeah.
once scenes were more compatible with VFX, because oh boy, that was rough. We already talked about that though. But like the easier scenes, like you threw those my way and you were like, just slap some stuff in there. Like put the gun hit
Yeah,
the
more like
bullet hits in
particle
there.
effects. I guess that's what that was. Particle
Yeah.
effects. That it added a lot, and it was a lot
Oh
easier
yeah.
than once you have to start with the camera tracking. That's where stuff's like, oh man. Well, of course, if we would
Yeah.
have done the filming properly and with camera tracking markers and everything, I think we would have helped ourselves a lot.
Yeah. And I mean, now we know. So
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It was,
hopefully like in theory, like going forward, that should be the worst thing we make in theory.
yeah,
Like everything ideally going forward should be better than that.
yeah.
So
There's so many things
yeah,
to
that's
look
pretty solid.
at. Like as we look back on it, like we just learned so much about like everything,
Yeah.
literally everything.
Literally every aspect of it. Oh man. I'm still learning stuff. I didn't know much about Kickstarter until the past couple months that I've been working on this.
Yeah, no, that's a
But
big project too.
yeah. Hopefully it works out. If not, I mean, I guess I'll just try to continue funding it, but we're
Yeah,
really hoping that like the Kickstarter really like pretty much allows us to go from one episode a year, which is at essentially the rate that we've been able to make it previously, or technically I don't know, that started the project. I wrote everything down and approached everybody probably over 3 years ago, and
hmm
just spent the first I don't even know how long writing and gathering equipment and just trying to solidify everything. And then I would say it's been at least 3 years since I initially started this. So 1 7-minute episode per every 3 years is our current rate at which we can make this happen. With the Kickstarter, We can make one 5-episode season within like, I don't know, significantly shorter amount of time, probably like within a couple months to, well, I don't know, all things considered. The full season from start to finish, I would say, I don't know, I'd give us a whole year from 1 year. Like one episode in 3 years to one season in a year at first until we get more people helping us out than just you and I editing and everything. That seems reasonable, hopefully.
I think a big thing about that trailer, it was mostly all combat. Like there's no dialogue, nothing like that. There's no slow moments really. It's all let's fucking get it and let's blast some ass. So that was more complicated than I think just a regular episode where you're going to require some just dialogue scenes to really build the story. Oh, yeah. I think we could pump it out a lot easier. I think the trailer was like, I didn't even consider that. Significantly a big project to undertake.
It was pretty massive.
It was like a balls of the wall combat, except instead of lasting for 30 seconds, it lasts for 7 minutes. 7 minutes.
Yeah.
So yeah. But yeah, with that being said, we've covered pretty much all background information on like how this became. I guess something we could add is, what part of you draws you to create this series?
So since I started this, to be honest, and I don't know how, I think I kind of told you about this one of many times that we've talked about it over the years. It's always been kind of like a love letter slash kind of a love letter to the tactical experience, I guess, overall that I've had throughout the years. I'm not saying like I wake up every day and I bleed red, white, and blue by any means. Like it's all video games and movie based tactical experiences, and like, you know, growing up playing Army as a kid and stuff. I just always enjoyed that type of experience, I guess. So I was one day, you know, after years and years of acting in other people's films and all kinds of other stuff, never having been ahead of my own project, I was like, you know what? I'm doing this. It's time. Like, it's my turn. If everybody's willing to show up, I'll do everything in my power to make this happen. And so far, so good. It might be a slow burner getting there, but by God, we're getting there. But really, what it all overall is just, I wanted to make something super cool with the boys, and if we can, you know, if that can be the start of our future careers together, the goal has always been make cool stuff with the boys, like since for as long as I can remember. So if this is our start, hell yeah. If not, something will be.
Yeah. At the very least, you'll have something badass to show somebody later, huh?
Yeah, I mean, at the very least, we're gonna make something fucking awesome together and have a good time doing it, and hope you like it. I feel like I didn't really answer that question. What was your original question? What really drove me to do this?
I feel like you did. I mean, you're just saying that you just love the tactical things and you just wanted to create something because you was tired of just being in other people's stuff. So you just wanted to do it. You just wanted to set out and do it.
Just want to make something cool. Plus, like, I've never been able to like post anything like with my twist to it. So like this is, I guess, a way of me just being able to put my perspective of what it could be out into the void, essentially.
Yeah, and having that for me, anyways, on some of my projects too. One of my favorite things is that when you're in the director position of something, you get to put your like you're saying, your perspective or your like creative judgment
vision
into it. Vision. And it's just really cool that you get to control that outcome, because I mean that's what you're hoping that other people are going to experience when they see it. So it's just a really cool thing to be able to make that.
Yeah, it's pretty dope. But at the same time, it's pretty interesting because like no matter how hard you try to get someone to see that from your perspective, they're always 100% of the time going to see it from their own perspective and draw their own conclusions from your creative work, which that's not necessarily a bad thing. You know, it's open for all perspectives. That's one of the beautiful things about art in general, is just that it's an expression and you're welcome to interpret it however you see fit. But
see, I think that makes you try to drill that. I feel like that makes you a lot better director, because you understand that other people might not see it the way you want, but you can also consider that fact and be like, well, they might see it a different way. So I can also try to tweak it slightly towards that just to make sure that everybody's included and they like it. I mean, you can't go for everybody, but you can still tweak it according to what you might think they might feel.
Right. Yeah. I mean, that's kind of what I tried to do with some elements of the story writing of Operators, because like I've never seen combat. I'm not going to pretend I have. I've played plenty of video games that imitate it and all that good shit. But like, there's certain things where like that came into play where I was like, okay, well, you know, this happens, and I was like, all right, well, all right, I know better than that. I've spent enough time around guns to know better than that happening. Like, come on now, or like this happens, and like, well, we can't have it be perfect all the time. Like, there's got to be setbacks. So, all right, we'll change that to be like, dude gets fucked up in X way or something, rather than perfect super soldier like Master Chief style stuff. Even the Chief gets hurt, boys.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, but anyway, yeah, it was just all kinds of stuff like that. Or I would like even hand it off to my sister at one time, and she'd be like, "Well, what's this about?" And I would explain it and be like, "All right, well, that's a way. Here's a spot that I can potentially clarify this a little bit better." And with the elements of like show, don't tell in movies, it kind of makes it a bit easier than just reading it. But if you can get through even the dialogue alone, I mean, or just the initial script read, like, or read, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
The initial script read that is read, to kind of project or get the message across, essentially, of what you're trying to convey. I mean, it's all the better for it. Dude, I feel like I've been getting off track with everything today. It's weird. I start down this one path and get off on like 6 different tangents.
I mean, if you recognize it, I mean, it's certainly something that you can maybe try to tweak. But like I said, today we're just rolling with it. This is our first episode in this podcast. We haven't done this in a long time, although we can't pretend that we're not podcast experts, because we've been here before. A couple times we've done this a couple times, but it's been a long time. So
it's been, God,
and God forbid,
that was like 2019.
We didn't know what we was doing back then either.
I'm not gonna say I do now, but I mean,
I
know more than I did.
We're aged, we're matured. You know, we've got a little bit more information in our brain. Whether or not it's brain rot or actual useful information is hard to say.
I can tell you at least a portion of it's brain rot for me. There's no avoiding that. That's all there is to it. But
so again, like I said, luckily this episode is mostly recapped about the Operators series and why you're doing what you're doing. We can probably work towards a close on wrapping it back up to where you hopefully see this project going, and saying anything else you want to say to all the viewers to go and check out Operators over on the Frostflare Collective YouTube channel.
Yeah, I mean, just pretty much that. Check it out. If you like it, leave a comment, leave a like, subscribe. Keep your eyes peeled for more content coming up in the future, assuming that this project sees the light of day. We'll be posting some more supporting content about that. Like I said, with the character loadouts and everything like that coming soon, so watch out for that. And the Kickstarter. I'm not going to tell you what to do with your money, but if you're liking what you're seeing so far and want to see some more of it, the faster we can get some donations coming in, the faster we can get to work and get this released to the public. So, not to say it's up to you, but it's up to us, at least, together. That's all. I've taken too much of your time as it is today. Do you have anything that you need to add or say, or?
No, like I said, we'll just we'll leave it at that for this episode. Definitely be sure to stay on the lookout for upcoming releases on new content and behind the scenes. Who knows? Maybe a little bit of everything. But definitely, as far as this podcast, if you enjoyed what you've seen here today, do be sure to give us a subscribe, like, or follow, depending on what platform you're on. And we will be having new episodes coming soon.
One last thing. We don't know if it'll work tomorrow. We don't know if it worked today, but it worked yesterday. See y'all next time.